Hello, I'm Victoria Gallagher from HipTalk.com. Today we're going to talk a little bit about the powerful part of your mind that is responsible for all of the decisions that you ever make. I want you to think back to a time in your life when you did something very important. Maybe it was the last house you purchased, the last car you purchased, the last piece of jewelry you purchased, or maybe it was making a decision to get into a relationship or get out of a relationship. So I want you to think about one of the last very important decisions that you ever made in your life. And I want you to try to come up with the rational, logical reasons that you decided to make that decision. What were some of the ways that you came to that decision? How did you come to that conclusion that you wanted to be in that relationship or make that expensive purchase? Now that you might be in touch with one or two of the reasons, I'm going to assert that those reasons for you were your conscious reasons and that they were probably a little hard for you to remember or even come up with. As a matter of fact, you may not even remember why you bought that. You just know that you like it and it seemed like a good decision at the time. It's important for you to understand how the brain works when it comes to buying decisions and relationship decisions or any of those important decisions, because it's really not your conscious mind that is making that decision. It is really a much, much more powerful part of you that is making a decision. And all that is really happening when you do feel like you're going through a decision-making process on a conscious level, all you're doing, really, the decision's already been made, but it gets made at the subconscious level of mind. You are needing to consciously justify the reasons for making that decision. When it comes to making buying decisions, people don't buy things because of all of the features and benefits. When it comes to buying a person or getting involved with somebody, they don't make those decisions based on the fact that this person provides X, Y, and Z for them and it fits everything on their list. They do have to fall in love, and you have to fall in love at an unconscious level, because on an unconscious level is where all of your emotions are. And so when you fell in love, you didn't know why you loved that person. You didn't know why that person just felt good to you. None of that was really within your control. It was something within your subconscious mind that person was doing at an unconscious level, below the level of your awareness, that caused you to have those certain feelings about them. If we were to quantify the level of participation that our subconscious mind plays in our life versus the level of participation our conscious mind plays in our life, it would be about 10% conscious and 90% unconscious or subconscious. And you can use those words interchangeably. So our subconscious mind is running the show. It is the most powerful part of us. It makes decisions without our even consciously being aware of it. And here's an example. When you're first waking up in the morning, who pushes the snooze button? If you're deciding that you're going to work out, but you just don't feel like you're going to want to work out, are you determining that with the conscious, rational, logical part of your mind, or are you allowing your emotions to get in the way of that decision? If you're on a diet and you decide that you're going to have chocolate cake? Are you rationally, consciously deciding that I'm going to have chocolate cake? Or is there just a part of force deeper inside of you that you're not really aware of that is sending up a message to your conscious mind saying, well, it's just going to be this one time and I've been good all week, and making all of these rationalizations and justifications. You've already made the decision somehow by your conscious mind because of how you feel about that. And so that is where the decisions are ultimately made, is by your subconscious mind. And the more that you can understand that, the better you're going to do when it comes to wanting to influence people to do what you would like to have them do. Now, there are some people who are more naturally influential than others. And that is because they have the gift for being able to get into rapport with people, as well as just naturally speaking and being like other people. Others are not quite as gifted at that, and so this is a technique that we can teach you how to do, which is to be able to influence people's decisions on an unconscious level. Since we know that that's where people are making their decisions, that's the part of the mind that needs to be talked to. So we have to find out and pick up on people's special language. Everybody has their own special, unique language, and there are layers and layers and layers of that language that you can learn about and learn how to speak to people at certain levels and layers of that language, so that you can bypass the critical thinking that our conscious minds have and go right through that critical thinking and be able to persuade people at an unconscious level without them knowing what you're doing. You have to have ethics, and you have to have integrity, and you have to know what that means for you and the person that you're dealing with. In order to get your point across to somebody, in order to make sense to them on an unconscious level, because they might be listening to you through all their filters and their beliefs and their perceptions, if you're able to communicate using your special language that you've picked up on from them, and you're aware and you're tuned into that person, then you're going to be able to get your message across. We all try to get our message across. We all try to manipulate the situation. So there's nothing wrong with manipulation. We wear makeup and perfume and cosmetics and dress a certain way and talk a certain way and learn about certain things and do all sorts of things to try to manipulate, which is just simply to say to adapt or to change the situation to our advantage. This is just doing it the intelligent way. This is just allowing you to be more effective at something that you're already consciously trying to do. So now that you know a little bit more about how the subconscious mind works, and that there are ways that you can speak right into the subconscious mind of a person that you would like to influence or persuade, in as far as being in a relationship or a sales situation or even talking to your child, we are in the process at hiptalk.com of putting together some workshops that you can become a part of that will help you and teach you and give you all the skills that you need to do this. There'll be audio programs as well as live classes, so if you have an interest in that, just shoot me an email and let me know so that we know which cities to consider going to present the information. Thank you for watching the video, and if you have any questions, just let me know. Send me an email at orders@hiptalk.com. Thanks for watching.